Oh, here we go again. Another live time with Alec on video. I'm going to just yell at you about video. No, hold on. We're doing a leadership series right now. We're back and forth every Tuesday on leadership series and a low-centric series. And today, we're going to talk about why video matters for you as a leader, and more importantly, what you need to do about it. This will not let you down. Let's rock. All right, my friends. So this conversation today is going to be a fun one. I hope you appreciate it, because as we go through this leadership series, by the way, those of you popping in right now, say hi. If you're watching this in the future, hashtag bypassed. Just give me a little joy, let you know that you're hanging out for 5 minutes with me. All right, so let's talk about why video matters. First and foremost, we know that we are obsessed with video in our world today. Fair? Right now, you're watching a video. You're probably watching movies, Netflix, YouTube. Videos are everywhere. And they make a big impact on not only society, but on our perception of things that are happening in society. So why does that matter to you as a leader? Well, first, let's hit some of the easy points. Number one, what happened when COVID happened? If you're an in-market professional, a local pro, and you're leading a team, you got displaced. You had to go home. You had to go from your office. Your home probably wasn't equipped to manage what you do every day. We all scrambled around. And it was funny for a while when everyone was like, "Oh, I'm your Zoom. I'm on mute. Am I on mute?" And like, it was funny for a while. And then all of a sudden we realized, oh no, like we're going to be doing this now for a while. And so I got to figure it out. And it's not so funny anymore, but let's talk about the importance of what this does. Number one, it's crucially important to create human connection. Video is crucially important to create human connection. I'll say it again. In person, face-to-face, massive human connection. A video call with your kid on FaceTime, massive human connection. By the way, isn't it funny for those of you that have kids, how many don't even call anymore? They just FaceTime. Think about that for a second. It's ingrained in our DNA. But if we relegate our conversations, what's up, Carl? If we relegate our conversations with our customers or our employees down to text messages and emails and phone calls, we're missing this huge opportunity to be in this space with them. And it doesn't mean they have to be in the space necessarily with you. I mentioned this on a previous leadership session on consistency. But as simple as a morning video message is to your team, the impact it creates is astronomical. It cannot be downplayed. They get a chance to see you, connect with you, feel your vibe, get your energy. It cannot be understated how important video is. Now, when you're leading your calls and you're leading your team, video is crucially important. It's our conference calls boring. Are they a disaster? If you're like me and you have ADD, it's a terror. I'm like, oh my God, another call. And people are multitasking and they're not paying attention. Well, guess what? If you work on the skill that is video, you get to show up in that place in an environment that people can engage with, connect with, and create intimacy with. This is a no-brainer. Video matters. Now, as a leader, your job is to help loan officers and other people and other leaders push their own skill sets forward. Is that fair? You're a cheerleader and you're a coach and you're a mentor and you drive their skill sets forward. Video is a skill set. Understanding how to talk to a camera is a skill set. Understanding how to set up a microphone and a mixing board is a skill set. No one's born with it. No one's born with it. You learn it. You learn it, you get comfortable with it, and it becomes a skill in your bag. So as a leader today, I'm going to challenge everybody to push forward into this video dynamic so that you can help lead your people forward. Some of the most successful leaders right now are hosting Zoom calls, and they're making sure everybody turns their camera on, and they're coaching people through things as simple as lighting and gear and setup. Why? Because without the foundation of that, you can't get into dynamic conversations. You can't get into getting more comfortable on the camera. You got to start at the basics. So my buddy Mikey's going to throw in some links in a second about all of the gear that you can buy. I don't get any money on any of this stuff. It's just the gear that I personally use. And so you'll see some gear lists. Click in and go buy some gear and learn how it works. Because your job as a leader is to inspire, engage, motivate, connect, and develop your people. And this is a skill set you need to do that in. So I want you all to kind of, the links are popping in right now. There's one for LinkedIn. So I'll click it. Just go and learn. The next thing is, well, I actually want to hit the nail on the head a little bit deeper on this one. If you're not driving and developing your people, then either they're falling behind in their skill set or somebody else is. And that person is developing connection with your employee. And if that person's a recruiter or somebody at a competing company, yeah, you can put one-on-one together. It's probably not good. So my encouragement for you guys on this video topic is to understand its importance, to understand that it's a skill that you develop through repetition and through education. Like you can learn, you can watch YouTube tutorials on how to talk to cameras and where to look and how to make sure your microphone works. And it's a skill set you absolutely need to have as a leader. Because what is one of the core competencies of a great leader? Come on, think of it in your head. Think of all the great leaders you might know. What is one of their core competencies right now? Communication. Communication. It's their ability to communicate, their ability to deliver a message. Whether it's we need to do this and it's a tough thing, and let me tell you why we're going to handle it and how we're going to deal with this tough thing, or it's, hey, I need you guys to action on this. I need you to get focused and motivated and push in this direction. Communication is a crucial leadership skill. Why aren't you using this medium of communication to have dynamic conversations with your employees or your team? This is insane to me. Wake up. You got to play the game. How many of you have been on Zoom calls where you can't hear anybody? How many of you have been on Zoom calls where it's like, or the microphone's over here, or the camera, or whatever it is? We've all been there. And how sad is it when you're sitting there going, I really respect this person and I want to hear what they're saying, but I can't hear. Because as much as video can create connection and create relationship and drive your communication forward, it can absolutely do the opposite. It can be a detriment to your success as a leader if you're not pushing yourself forward into this space. Video matters. So we've kind of set the baseline. We've talked about the fact that we are obsessed with videos as a culture. Like we watch movies, we spend thousands, there's $1 billion industry around entertainment and movies and video. We love seeing it. My friend, Rene Rodriguez, he says this all the time, and I'm the biggest fan of his comment on this, where he says, it's not that we're not used to looking at screens. It's not that we don't know like what's going on in the space, or this is new. This is all new. Screens are new. Video is new. He's like, no, none of it's new. We've been looking at screens for decades now. If you have kids, give them a screen. What do? They're like, oh, they're obsessed. So what's the difference? Why is that Zoom call so boring? Why are we disconnected from all these things? Because it's not being done well. Now, don't mishear me. I'm not saying you need to have bells and whistles and fancy jumping animations and things to grab the attention of a 9-year-old or a 7-year-old. But I am telling you that grown adults have no problem watching a movie for 3 hours. And yet you throw them on a Zoom call and the world deteriorates into garbage. Why? Why? Because this is a skill set and it's not being developed. And it's almost like it's not being recognized for what it is. It's almost like, well, this is a funsy. We're just doing video because we have to because of COVID. And it's like, no, don't you understand what's really happening here? Because as a leadership, we haven't even talked about culture yet. But video can destroy culture or video can build culture. If you're a leader and you're leveraging video to build culture, you can do dynamic things faster. A good morning video to your team can set the stage for the day. A wrap down video for your team can set the stage for the next day. A weekly update video, employee recognition video, where you take the time to get on the camera and tell somebody you appreciate them. Yes, you can do that. By the way, this guy, speaking of video kings, yes, you can do all that on phone. You can call them. You can do 1,000 different things, but don't miss this medium. It's smashing you in the face. It's smashing you in the face. So don't miss this medium. It's a skill set you have to develop to be an effective leader in the future. Effective leadership is foundationally built on communication. And that's exactly what this is. I want you to be great at it. You got to put some reps in. Now, let's talk about the other power of video that we haven't talked about. That was all internal. That was all team building stuff. That was all human connection with your own team. But let's talk about where video really starts to matter and pull into a new differentiation. I joke all the time. By the way, if you're watching this on LinkedIn, let me know. And let me know too, as you're watching this on LinkedIn, how many solicitations a week do you get from random recruiters or people or someone selling you something on LinkedIn that have no idea about your business, but they just have this spammy thing that goes out every time and it's like bang right in your face. It's embarrassing. Please stop it. But here's the power of video on these social channels. You, as a leader, get to showcase your culture. You get to showcase your employees. You get to showcase what it's like to work around you or with you. You get to make connection at scale with the people that you might be interested in influencing to come work for your team. This, to me, is insane. Recruiting 2.0 is no longer about cold calling loan officers and asking them if they want more money and asking them if they're happy. No. Paint the picture. Show them the dream. Show them what you're like as a leader. Show them what you're doing to build camaraderie and culture. Show them behind the scenes look at your operations and who your people are, who the humans are that are there. Because if I'm telling you right now, if you have an attractive culture, if you work hard on it, you open the doors and you show people that behind the scenes look at what you're like to work with. Oh my G. It's insane. It's insane. I cannot tell you the amount of people throughout 2020 and even starting into this year who just through my jab, which means, I'll give this analogy for you, right? When I say showcase your culture, in any of that, did I say call a recruit? No. So what I'm talking about is jabbing, which is just showcase your culture, showcase who you are, give props to your team, let your teammates shine. Man, you want to know how to grow a dynamic team? Make your teammates the stars. Make them the stars of your show, and you'll dynamically grow your team. And then from there, as you showcase yourself, and then you decide to put in the hard work of actually reaching out and making intentional one-to-one effort to people that you think would be great fits in your organization. Those two things combined are how you win. Don't misunderstand me. Someone might still call you and be like, Alec, I've been watching all this stuff. I'd really like to learn more about Loan Depot. What happens is when I call somebody who I think is a great model match, a good fit for the company, and somebody who's I've built a digital connection with, they've seen my video content, they've seen the work I put out, they know my hustle, they know what I stand for. And then I reach out and say, hey, have you ever considered, working with us? Because I think it'd be awesome. The response is insane. As a leader, if you don't realize this tool is in front of you, given to you for free to use, to put your mark on the world, it's like, I don't know. I'm like trying to pull open your eyes because it's incredible. It's incredible. So what are you going to do? All right. So if you look up in the comments a little bit further from now, you see that I put down a gear list because you have to have gear. Remember, this is a skill set. You get better at a skill set by doing it over and over again and learning about it and understanding it. And you have to have some stuff, right? You have to go have a suit. You have to go get a camera. By the way, I'm equating suit to camera. You got to invest in some things. If it matters to you, if you see it like I see it, if you understand the world's changing and you want to be a part of that dynamic change, then go and play the game. If you don't, you're really only hurting yourself and your business and your leadership credibility. I want to say that again. If you don't invest in this space through repetitions, through practice, in understanding it, then you're only hurting your own leadership reputation. We're a judgmental society, ladies and gentlemen. I know that's shocking all of you right now. We're a judgmental society, and that means when your employees, your recruits are seeing you, they are judging you, and if it's on a Zoom call every day, they are judging you. And you get to choose how you show up. Like you literally get to choose how you show up. That's incredible to me. That's such an opportunity. That's such an advantage. That's unbelievable. You get to choose how you show up. So, how are you showing up? Can people see you? Can they hear you? Can you look at the camera? Do you understand that the camera's not here, which is the screen, which is my face, but that's the audience. That's the audience up there. This is the stuff that you need to be great in. And I'll tell you this right now. The people that work for you, they already know what you look like and sound like. You can't use that excuse. You can't be like, I'm not, I got a face for radio. You can't do it. If they work for you, they already know exactly what you look like and sound like. They've seen you. They've heard you. They still work for you. So you have no choice but to turn on the camera, create connection, drive forth your leadership excellence with excellent communication. And don't miss this medium. Do you feel me? Like, don't miss this medium. Now, I'm going to pivot just a tiny bit. I know this is a leadership series, but I can't help myself. Yeah, Jeremy, it's the nice mic. It's the nice mic because Joe Rogan uses it. That's literally why I bought it. By the way, 1000%. I'm like, what do? I don't know what I'm doing. Is there good mics, bad mics? Who knows? And I'm like, well, he's popular and he uses this one. So I got guys, for the love of everything that's holy, everything's being made up as it happens. This is all made up. We're all making stuff up. We don't know. No one knows. No one's born with inherent knowledge. We're just figuring it out. That's why I love these like hangouts and these lives, because it's just, I'm in the dirt. I don't know any better than anybody else. What I do know is the power of this medium through practice and effort and consistency and feedback. So I get to tell you from a position of experience that you are possibly missing out, that you are possibly losing leadership credibility because you look and sound like crap on a phone call, video call. You got me. You feel me? Video call. I'm telling you, it's why you don't have to. You can build it. You can build that credibility, and then you are losing out on the chance to grow the most dynamic team you're capable of growing if you're not willing to showcase your culture on the video, on this video medium. That's it. That's it. By the way, the people that may come to work for you, they're going to see you and they're going to listen to your voice. So they're going to know what you look like and sound like. You can't use that excuse anymore. This is like the loan officer in 2004 who would tell me, I don't need to go visit realtors to be successful. I will go to CPAs, financial planners, divorce attorneys, and I don't like realtors. And I would say, you will not be very successful. Now, I guarantee you, there's one loan officer in the world out there who's like, I make it. I do $200 million through financial planners. You're the one. You're the one person. Back in 2004, by the way. Video as a medium is crucially important for you today as a leader. It's how we set communication. It's how we showcase our culture. It's how we make our employees the stars of our own show. And it's never been more important. COVID has massively exposed the priority of this medium over all others. So please, as a leader, one leader to another, doing my best, trying to figure it out right alongside you. Turn the lights on. Turn the camera on. And show the world what you're about. Have a good day.